Hi everyone, Chris from Stone Age Gamer here, and welcome back to Stone Age Gaming. I, ever since I was a little kid, am a massive Legend of Zelda fan, but when I was a little kid, there really were just the two games. It was Zelda and Zelda 2. And obviously, as I got older, things like Link's Awakening, Link to the Past, etc., would happen, but when I was a little kid, it was those two games and the cartoon, and that was just about it.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Except one of my favorite Zelda games, this, which is the Legend of Zelda board game. It's a little weird, but, well, it's awesome, and I loved it as a kid. So let's take a look. Alright, welcome to the Legend of Zelda. This is my Legend of Zelda board game that I have had since I was a kid. I'm pretty sure my parents bought this for me at Toys R Us, but I could be wrong. Doesn't matter. Regardless, wow, where do we start? Let's look at the awesome box art here. I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off to get a little closer here. So there's Princess Zelda chilling in the back there, looking very different from her appearance in actual official artwork. And then you got Link here, not too terribly far off, a very different face. This whole art style is so very different, but this is the stuff that really gets me. Look at the Zolas here. These guys look so awesome, and this Tektite also looks freaking great. The detail on this picture is just so cool, and you didn't see this much. This was such a different look than the TV show or anything else at the time. I just think it's the coolest darn thing ever. This box art's amazing, and I don't think it's ever been repurposed for anything else. So let's see, what do we got cooking on the back? Anything of note? Here we go. We've got a picture of the board and dice and etc., etc. Let's see here. Join our hero Link on a danger-filled dash through the monster-filled maze. Travel through 6 mysterious worlds, battling beasts and collecting hearts. Link moves from world to world by finding hidden treasures. Where could they be hiding? Flip over a game board tile and look underneath. Oh no, you've uncovered a creepy creature. Now all players must fight for their lives by rolling their attack dice. Fail to defeat the monster and everyone loses a heart. Beat the beast and earn a heart. With a little luck, you'll defeat Ganon and capture the Triforce of Wisdom. Collect the most hearts to win the game. So, I can honestly say that I have not played it this way. I don't know where the instruction for these went. I have a different understanding of the way this game is played than collecting the most hearts to win the game. That's never really made much sense to me. So, all right, I'm going to take out the board game, and I'm going to show you how I play this game. So, we've got all these bits everywhere. This is the piece. So this is Link, and this gets put into, there is a little plastic bit supposed to be in here somewhere. I'll find it. I'm going to take all this stuff out. We're going to do a little video editing magic and fast forward until it's all set up. So here we go. All right, ta-da. This is the game board. So this is what the whole world looks like. It's got 6 worlds. Of course, the game had 8, but whatever. It's fine. This is a board game adaptation. We're gonna give them some leeway. Now, every single stage. So here's Link on the little plastic thing that I told you about. It used to clip on a lot nicer than this, but this thing's pretty old. We put him right there at the start, and then you lay out these tiles on every single world, right? So you've got an item that you need to get to the next world. So if somebody needs to find the item in order to get to the next world, or they can flip over one of these tiles. So like World 1 has Tektites, World 2 has Zolas and the Raft, World 3 has more Tektites and Moblins. Look at these guys. I love the artwork on these things. They're so cool. Moblins and the Water of Life. Then we go over to World 4, which fights Lanmolas. You can see them looking right there, all cool, and that gets you the key. And then we got World 5, which fights against Pulse Voices and Gleeox, which are right there, and the item is the bomb. And then you get in the last room, which is just fighting against Ganon, and the item is, of course, Princess Zelda and the Triforce, which is right there. All right, so the way I played this game as a kid was that whoever rescued Princess Zelda won the game, which is actually kind of silly because that means the only room that makes any difference is this last room. But playing for hearts is a pretty good thing. What I always did is I played for items, which is the way I like to play this game. So basically what you do is you have to lay out these tiles upside down, and whoever lays them out doesn't know where they are, right? So you just kind of course, whoever is laying them out, if they remember where the items are, is kind of cheating. So it's best to get somebody to either mix them up for you or whatever. But you lay them out upside down like this on all these little areas that aren't these dots. And everybody takes turns moving Link. So you have your die here, just as a 1, a 2, or a 3, and you roll it, and you move Link however many spaces. But you can go whichever way you want. So you can move him forward, backward, whatever, as long as you're moving 2 spaces. And the goal is to land on these yellow spots, because a yellow spot means that you can turn a card over. And if you turn over the right card, so like I turned over a tech type. If I turned over the fairy, then I would keep this fairy card. And the way I would play is whoever had the most item cards at the end of the game won. Really, whatever works for you. You can just look up the instructions online, but I'm just pulling this stuff from memory. So let's say we got the Tektite here, right? You land on a yellow one, you got a Tektite. These are your attack die, right? Red means that you missed. Sword means that you hit. This Tektite has 1 hit point. So all I have to do is roll 1 sword. And one more over here. Ta-da, there. I rolled 1 sword. That Tektite is dead. So, well, throw him off to the side or something. But the other ones you'll see, like, see, look at this Zola here. He's got 3 hit points. So I would have to roll 3 swords in order to kill this guy. But if I do kill him, I get a heart out of the deal. But every time I don't... So everybody starts with 3 hearts. I'm explaining this weird, right? I say everyone starts with 3 hearts. And when you're rolling, if I say only rolled 2 swords, then this guy would still be alive and he would take a heart from me. But if I beat him, I get a heart back. So every round it takes to kill a guy that I don't succeed, I lose a heart until the enemy is defeated. And that's basically the gist of it. You get the item, you move on, and you keep rolling through until you get to Ganon, and then you tally up whoever has the most items at the end, or items and hearts. You can play it however you want. It's a board game. You do what you like. But this is a really cool adaptation of the first game. I mean, it's got kind of it really has the gist of it together. Getting the items to get through, like, bomb the wall, get a key through the door, use the raft to get across the water, and the Zolas are in the water stage. Like, they really put a lot of thought into making this a functional board game based on the original NES Legend of Zelda, like the whole going room by room thing. I think it works really well, and I had so much fun with this. I know it must have been a while ago, at least a year ago, I made a video on the Super Mario Brothers board game, and that was pretty cool, but this one was where it's at. And this one I actually still play. My kids still occasionally grab this one for us to all play together because, it's not the most involved game, but it is pretty darn fun. And listen to some Zelda music while you're playing it. And that's the Legend of Zelda board game. It's sad that it doesn't exist in the world much anymore today, but I don't think it's super hard to find. And if you do, there's fun to be had, especially if you're a giant Legend of Zelda nerd like me. So there you have it. It's not the most exciting board game ever made, but boy, when I was a little kid, there was nothing quite like looking at that giant, crazy box art and just anything else that took me into the world of The Legend of Zelda, besides me, grabbing a stick and playing in the woods, was really something special. Kids these days, they don't know how good they have it, right? But really, this last Halloween, I saw kids walking around in Link Halloween costumes, like official, real Link Halloween costumes. When I was a kid, my mom made me a Link Halloween costume, and every house I went to thought I was Peter Pan, because, well, this stuff's so much more popular now than it's ever been before, and that's wonderful in a lot of ways, especially for me looking at it from the perspective of knowing how small it was. Even though it was still massive when I was a kid, it was big enough to get a cartoon and everything, but now just seeing how much bigger that stuff has become, how much easier it is to find toys and games and stuff based on stuff like The Legend of Zelda is really exciting. And, well, video games are awesome, and that's why I'm here. It's why we're all here. And that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw here today, please follow, comment, like, subscribe, and let us know down in the comments what you like about the Legend of Zelda board game. Do you have Zelda Monopoly or something? Do you have other Zelda things that are really cool? Or did you also have this Zelda board game when you were a kid? Did I get the rules completely wrong because I didn't look them up? I'm just going based off of my memory. Really, whatever. I just want to hear everybody talk about Zelda because Zelda's awesome, and that's all I got. On behalf of all of us here at Stone Age Gamer, keep playing games. I got the raft. Oh no. Got him.